for watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. On Tuesday, September the 28th, the Senate in the US state of Wisconsin passed a bill that charges doctors with felony if they allow a child that survives abortion to die. The bill makes it mandatory for the healthcare professional present during a failed abortion to ensure that any baby born alive is given the same amount of care given to other children. The Republican-drafted bill says that violators will be punished with up to 6 years imprisonment. Intentionally causing the death of a child born alive in an abortion would also be considered a crime punishable by life in prison under the new bill. Despite no Democratic members voting for it, the bill, which is sponsored by Roger Roth, was passed by 19 votes to 12. It will now be moved on to the State Assembly. The bloodbath in Nigeria continues, with armed men and Fulani herdsmen killing at least 49 people and abducting 27 people in 3 separate attacks from the 26th to the 27th of September. The attacks took place in the local government areas of Zangon Kataf, Kachia and the Malagun District of Kaura in Kaduna state. On September the 27th, armed Fulani herdsmen attacked a village in Zangon Kataf, killing 8 people and injuring 6 others. They also torched several homes. The previous day, there was an attack on a worship service at a Protestant church in Gavachiwa in Kachia County, in which 1 person was killed and 27 others were kidnapped. The day also witnessed an attack on the Madamai and Abun communities in the Malagun District in Kaura, in which 40 people were murdered and 8 were injured. In his message to the President of the Bishops' Conference of Mexico on the occasion of the nation's 200th anniversary of its independence, Pope Francis exhorted believers to strengthen their roots and live in the present in order to build the future with hope and reaffirm their values as a people. In a letter addressed to Archbishop Rogelio Cabrera Lopez of Monterrey, the pontiff said he was joining in the celebration of their independence. He also reminded them that this is an occasion to reaffirm the values that build them as a nation. The Pope also said while re-examining the past, mistakes committed should also be recognised. He also mentioned the persecution of believers and the need to heal wounds and to enter into open and respectful dialogue. It was on September the 27th in 1821 that the nation gained independence from Spain. There are reports of yet more incidents of vandalism in Argentina, with the latest coming from the city of Añatuya. In a statement released on September the 27th, Bishop José Luis Corral of Añatuya denounced the beheading of the statue of the Virgin of the Miraculous Medal, located on San Martin Avenue in the city. The statue was found damaged on Sunday. The bishop also slammed vandalism at the Divine Mercy Cemetery. Stating that the destruction of the image was intentional and deliberate, the prelate added that the perpetrators should be punished for their actions. Bishop Corral said that the vandals are not just attacking, quote, a portion of cement, plaster or wood, but something that had deep value to the majority of the population. He also added that Argentines cannot remain indifferent to these acts. A police investigation of the incident is underway, with efforts to locate the head of the statue also ongoing. A week after issuing a formal apology for the grave abuses committed against Indigenous peoples in Canada, the Catholic bishops of the country have pledged to donate $30 million as financial support to foster healing and reconciliation initiatives. In a statement released on Monday, September the 27th, the bishop said that the money will be allocated through parishes over a period of 5 years. Bishop Raymond Poisson, the newly elected head of the Bishops' Conference, said the funds will support projects that will make a positive impact on Indigenous peoples who experience trauma because of the residential school system, in which children from Indigenous communities were forcibly removed from their families and placed in church-run schools to be assimilated into Western society. Trauma, illness and other factors caused the deaths of a large number of children who were buried in unmarked graves. The discovery of their remains earlier this year sparked outrage and attacks on churches. The Archbishop of Valencia in Spain has said that freedom of expression and religion must be recognised as the basis of fundamental human rights. Cardinal Antonio Cañizares Llovera made these comments in a presentation of the latest reports on religious freedom in the world, prepared by the Pontifical Foundation Aid to the Church in Need. During the meeting, the Cardinal urged a harmonisation between freedom of expression and religion based on the social doctrine of the Church. The Archbishop of Valencia also said that fundamental human rights are being attacked in Spain. The Cardinal also decried attacks against Christianity in particular, adding that Spain has to advance much further in honouring religious freedom. He also touched on how no one raised an objection to a blasphemous comment on the Virgin Mary recently made in the Catalonian Congress. A Polish Catholic priest who has been serving the indigenous people in the Diocese of Fairbanks in Alaska has been honoured with the prestigious Lumen Christi Award by the pontifically recognised organisation Catholic Extension. Father Stan Jacek was given the top award by the Chicago-based fundraising organisation for being a, quote, pastor who smells like his sheep. In the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta region near the Bering Sea coast, Father Jacek serves native Alaskan villages. The priest has spent 14 of his 19 years as a missionary serving the Yupik people and imitating their lifestyle by fishing and foraging berries in the harsh, frosty terrain. He is one of the few priests in the Diocese of Fairbanks, which is the largest in the United States in terms of geographical size, although believers are few and scattered. Catholic Extensions established the Lumen Christi Award in 1978 for those who radiate and reveal the light of Christ present in the communities where they serve. On Monday, September the 27th, thousands rallied in Pennsylvania for the state's first ever March for Life. The multitude of pro-lifers marched to show solidarity with the unborn and to appeal to lawmakers to pass laws that curb abortion further. Close to 3,000 pro-lifers took part in the march around the state capitol, sponsored by the Pennsylvania Family Institute. Abortion up to 24 weeks of pregnancy is legal in Pennsylvania for any reason other than gender selection. Abby Johnson, a former Planned Parenthood director who is now an anti-abortion activist, was the main speaker at the March for Life. She described her story of conversion to what she termed the right side of history. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.